Mm-hmm.
These are the first two reminders that I have in here. So the only guarantee you can control in trading is your risk. We as traders cannot define an exact end result. We can only trade our setup and manage our risk by defining our stop, right? So we can't guarantee what's going to happen when we enter a trade, but we can guarantee our risk. So that's what you should know before you get into every trade is what are you willing to risk?
Okay. And you already said the second one too, or that was you said both
That,
just now?
that was both. Yeah.
Okay, bet. All right. All right. All right. So I think it's Mike's turn to answer the next question. All right, cool. This one, Mike. How can you better control your emotions during a trade? I guess we'll all chime in on this. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, the best way to control emotions is by controlling your position size. As long as you're trading a size that's appropriate for your account, then you really should never be nervous in a trade. There's no reason to be nervous. If you know what your stop is, you know how much you're willing to lose, you know what your risk is, then there's no reason to be nervous because even if you get stopped out, you should be losing an amount that you're comfortable losing. All right. It's people that go in with 80% of their account and take a big loss. Those are the people who are struggling on a day-to-day basis. But as long as you're managing your position size, then your emotions should be in check for every trade. Every trade.
One thing y'all heard what he said? He said people who go all in with their account size said something about their real life. Did y'all hear that part? So people who lack risk management in the stock market also lack risk management in life too. It translates to life. Now, not all the time. Like you might be good at saving, but just because you got a lot of money in the stock market doesn't mean you'll be successful in the stock market. It's you and your strategy. But what would you say, Rab, about controlling your emotions during the trade?
I mean, just start praying, I guess. I don't know. I'm just kidding. No, but for real, the position sizing is important, and getting into every trade, you got to be prepared to lose. So you got to be very selective with your setups on which setup you're willing to risk your money. I see people trading 9 to 5. People who come from 9 to 5 think they have to work all day to trade. You don't. You wait for your setup. If you see what you like and you find your good risk there, then you enter the trade. And then you follow the plan to the T. If you're wrong, you take that loss, accept it, get out, come back, try again tomorrow. If you're right, hold to your target, take profits along the way, and then you follow your trading stops. You be process oriented, then you eliminate emotions, right? The more, when you get emotional, when do you get emotional? When you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You don't know when you don't know how much you're going to lose. When you're oversized, when you're scared if the trade goes in your favor or not, then you need to take a step back because you need to be process oriented, eliminate emotions out of the way, and then follow the plan. It's going to take some time, but this is the right way to think about it. Maybe 1 day, 2 days, 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, you will eventually get used to it.
Okay. Let's see. I I think too, same, they pretty much answered the question for me. As far as controlling your emotions, for one, it's just like being afraid of the dark. You're afraid of the dark because you can't see what's next. But if you educate yourself and you'll see that okay, monsters aren't real. The exorcism is a movie. The devil is not about to attack you in the dark. So it's the same thing with trading. I manage my emotions by education. So I can't be scared of something if I know what I'm doing and I know what I'm getting into. So a lot of you are scared and a lot of you believe the stock market is risky because of ignorance, not because that it's actually something that's hard and risky. We are proving to you guys that we make money from this. You seen me grow a small account. You seen me grow leap accounts. You see these guys literally make people's weekly salary a day. You get what I'm saying? Monthly salary a day, right? Just trading and doing it live. And one thing they also said is notice, and something I did learn from these two guys, because we all learn from each other, is walking away. That's something that's hard to do, which they are good at. They really showed me the art of discipline of find your good 1 or 2 setups per day, walk away. You don't have to trade all day and try to get everything you can out of the market. You just got to get what's yours, walk away, let the gains add up over time. 500 today, 200 tomorrow, 600 the next day. You know, you got to learn how to get what's yours and be content with that.
Yeah.
Hold on, I can get Brett on here. I don't care. Cause we just answering questions. Is Brett here? Yeah, he is here.
He's
All right.
usually in his car.
Right. Always in his car. Always going to get
Brett's in
some
his
food.
car trying to go to his baby mama. So I'm just kidding.
Whoever turn it is next, they can answer this question. Can y'all see it?
Uh,
Can y'all? Or
yeah,
y'all
yeah,
want
we
me to
can
read it
see it.
out loud?
How do you
Okay.
manage scaling up your accounts but also taking profits off the table? I mean, it's really up to you. It's like you can slice a cake different ways. It's dealer's choice. You want to withdraw profits, you gotta like live with it. I mean, I don't see a question there.
Well, I think he's asking more about scaling up. And scaling
Scaling up your accounts, but also taking profits.
Yeah, I think scaling up just takes a lot of time. Once you get experience, once
Oh,
you find some consistency, then you can start putting on a little bit more size. But I wouldn't if you're trading 5 contracts right now and you have 1 month of consistency, don't try to trade 20 contracts the next month. You have to scale up very slowly.
yeah. I mean, try
Okay.
to get consistency first before scaling up and all of that stuff. Like, I feel like everyone tries to get big too quickly and then get burned by the market and then they get humbled.
Yeah,
You got to take it slow.
if you're gonna have 3 green months in a row, then you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. All right. They all want to know this from all three of us. How did you guys learn how to trade?
I
I'll
mean,
go first.
okay.
Um, for dummies, technical analysis. For dummies, fundamental analysis. And for dummies, options were my first start. Then I read Candlestick Bible. Then a few YouTube videos, and after that, those were I started there, and I just went through a rabbit hole after that. Any technical analysis book I would read front to back. So what I learned is you got to get three people perspectives on the same subject, because what'll happen is one person to say something, this person to say something, and this person to say something, and then you take something from all three. So what I learned is I need at least 3 to 5 opinions on the same topic from different people. So I'll let them go next.
You want to go, Rev?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, pretty much just learn the basics of the internet and then it's all trial and error. The market's gonna eat you alive like several times. You learn your mistakes, you know. If you lose money, you pay tuition to the market, you learn the lesson. And that's the best way to learn. Once you get the basics down, I never know any profitable trader that just learned everything by reading a book. You know, it'll take time. You have to experience trading. You have to take losses. Losses is a part of the game. You know, the more the it's if you will take losses. You cannot avoid it. The more losses you'll take, you learn a lesson, and then you try to avoid that. Rinse, repeat over and over. Maybe first year you'll take some losses. Second year you'll take different types of losses. Then once you size up, you'll hit certain barriers, and then psychological barrier, risk reward barriers, liquidity barriers, so many things that you'll hit, and then eventually you'll learn your lesson, and then you continue to improve. I mean, I'm not the same trader I was 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. You keep evolving. It's a never-ending journey. You'll keep learning. New algos come into the market, new techniques come into the market. You know, you just keep learning and evolving. It's a never-ending process. If you're getting into trading thinking like I'll master this in 6 months, you won't. You have to keep learning and learning and learning, and then you'll get better slowly.
Yeah, the money is a byproduct of years of experience.
Yeah.
Um, that's a great answer, Rev. I mean, I learned about the market from my dad. He got me into investing really early, and taught me about credit and how important that was. But really, it's a lot of trial and error. I mean, he didn't teach me day trading. He got me invested in some equities early on. But hey, Brett, I really didn't start day trading on my own later on, and at that point, it's trial and error to start mastering strategy and start mastering your emotions and mastering risk.
Okay. Hey, check out Rad. What kind of dog? I know that's a French bulldog.
That's the French bulldog. His name is Mac.
Mac.
He always needs to chill with me.
Like where's Mateo?
Oh man,
Mike, is that your dog? No.
well, not anymore.
Alright.
We'll talk about that later.
No. All right, Brett. You're up, Brett.
What are we doing here? What's going on?
We're answering
We're
questions.
answering questions. All right, I'll take a
All right, there we
question.
go,
The
Brett. You're up
comments
next. You
aren't
see that
loading
one?
for me.
They are.
Oh,
No, if I
it,
go out and come back in, will it reset?
it resets.
I
You
can
can jump
I can
out.
just read them. I can read them to y'all.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So, Brett, this one is: how did you get rid of FOMO?
I didn't, right? Most people will tell you that, FOMO goes away, and it's truthful. It does go away a little bit, but we're all human. I mean, I had FOMO today. I mean, Mike and I caught a good trade on Meta, but I could have made a lot more if I held short on SPY, right? We're human. You're gonna have human emotions. The more money you make and the more mistakes you make, the more numb you get to those mistakes. But I mean, I think all three of you guys would agree with me that, FOMO is natural. You just have to keep moving on. It's just a normal condition, right? For me, what I've noticed is like my FOMO has gotten better. Like, you have to realize that, like, in the market, you're always going to look at a trade that you missed, right? Or a trade that you sold too early. And you're going to say, well, damn, like, it's never going to happen again. And truthfully, it does happen. It's going to happen once a week. It's going to happen once a month. It's going to happen once a year. It will always come back. There will always be another setup. If you're waiting for it and you're actually ready to execute, you will catch it. But if you sit there constantly, in awe on the steps you missed always, then you're never going to be ready for the next setup. So just understand it's basic human emotion and just move on to the next trade. Yeah.
Anybody want to chime in on that?
I mean, yeah, I agree. Like, the only thing that you can remind yourself is the market's not going anywhere. Tomorrow, there's another day.
Yeah.
So you make your money today. Just treat it like a job. The problem is everyone comes in trying to get an adrenaline rush. The market's not going to give you that high. You just follow a plan. It's work. It's just work. You come in, make your money, call it a day, come back, do it again tomorrow. You'll never catch the whole move from start to finish in any trade. No matter today, I nailed a high of day entry. It went to like 300, 400%. I thought I did great by catching 90% on it. So you can never catch the whole move. Doesn't mean it was a bad trade or anything like that. Was I willing to stay from morning till the evening to watch that baby sensor? Is no. So you can never catch the whole thing. You can just follow your plan, make your money, catch a piece of it, and then come back tomorrow. That's it. Let's set realistic expectations from trading. That's it. Yeah, I'm curious. Okay, how many of you guys caught in the chat? If you guys caught any trades with us today, either on AMD or Meta, if you guys are, I think some people just don't know how to take profits. They just keep holding. Someone tagged me saying they made 300% or something on AMD. I think Mike also sent me that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
They don't sell. Dude, like, they held the whole day. That's crazy.
Nah, for sure. You got something to say about FOMO, Mike?
About FOMO?
Yeah. How do you not have FOMO?
I mean, I think they answered it pretty well. You just have to. It's hard not to have FOMO sometimes, but it's impossible. I think the longer you trade, the more you realize that it's impossible to catch 100% of a move. And as long as you're executing on your ideas and you're stopping out when you should be stopping out, then there's no reason to have FOMO. But it's important to keep runners. It's important that you're trimming out of your position and you're holding on to runners to try to squeeze out that net P&L, because that net P&L can really make a difference.
The biggest, so FOMO is one thing, but the biggest thing, the craziest thing is when you get stopped out like by like a $50, right? And then it just it rips like 300%. I mean, that's happened to me my fair share of times. That's why you don't sell, man. You just never sell. Yeah, you just don't have the trick is just don't have a stop loss. Market makers had to try really hard to stop me out. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I had to learn that too. Like even with it's we're trading, but you guys are right. Like I size pretty decently. It's about sizing what you can lose so that you're not worried about stopping out and blowing your account. Like think about it. If one trade can blow your account, then you're practicing what is called improper risk management. So, and we can touch on that because somebody from the comments said, how do you guys handle risk management? And these guys just said it. Like they don't want to, because they're sizing correctly, you know, they're willing to lose. Let's just say they're in a 5K position. I'm pretty sure you guys are willing to lose half of that at least
Yeah.
at any point of time. You know, like they know their sizes. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for a swing, I mean, for a day trade, usually not 50% stops, but yeah, swings, it's kind of hard to have a tight stop on swings.
Mm-mm. You
That's why
really,
it's
I'm gonna be
important
honest
to
with you.
enter
With
near
swings, you
stop
can't
loss.
have one at all.
Yeah.
The only time I would say you should stop out of a swing is when it's a, let's just say you're in a bullish divergence and it breaks the divergence like completely like Disney did. It just breaks a key level, like to the point where it's like, okay, I know I'm about to lose 100% of this if I don't take my 50% loss, you know, or 60% loss. So that's the only time I stop out of a swing. But even then, I wait till the next day. I still give it a day, and usually people you'll learn that at certain levels they'll try to stop you out. So they'll wick at certain levels or king out the level, but really it's they're trying to stop you out. But we can get back to the next one. Rav can get this next question. Let's see. Uh, uh when will you add to it? Okay, boom. Somebody asked this, Rav. When will you add to a swing or a day trade?
I mean, swings. Let me just answer from a day trading perspective. I mean, I want to see confirmation of something, right? So when I add to a position, this is okay. This is super important. I enter starters at a when price like price action, but whenever I add to a position, now this is super important. I always define my stop loss, right? Meaning I know when I'm going to get out, right? If I'm adding to a position, I'm putting more size into it, meaning I like that trade. That means I need to be accountable, and I also need to set a stop saying, okay, this is where I admit I'm wrong. And if this thing breaks, I'm going to cut my loss. So this is super important. I feel like this is something a lot of traders break a rule on because once they get into a position, they think that they can keep adding and adding more and more and more. And then when are you going to admit you're wrong? So at some point you gotta first think about how much you're willing to risk on that trade and then where you're stopping out. And then ask yourself this question, is this one trade really worth it? Right? Because every day we get a lot of opportunities. How much do you want this one trade to work? If it's not worth the risk, then you cut your loss, accept it, be conservative. Every trade is different. Some trades you just want to give it a little bit more time because the risk reward is worth it. Some trades you just feel like, okay, this is such an indecisive point in the market. I'm just going to cut loss here. I'm going to take a smaller loss. You don't have to take a bigger loss every time you take a loss. Sometimes you can take paper cuts here and there, and sometimes you can hold with conviction and try to get a bigger win. And sometimes, you just cut wherever you set your initial stop is. Every trade is different, but one thing, if you decide to add, have a stop plan ahead of time, or else you will pay the price.
I agree. What about you guys? When do you guys plan to add to y'all positions?
For day trades,
Yeah.
I add to my position when I have confirmation that the trade is going to move in my favor. So I'm not, I don't add to day trades if there's no sign that we're going to, like, if I'm long and the stock is still selling off, I'm not just going to add because it's selling off. I'm not just going to add to lower my average. The only reason I'm going to add is if there's confirmation and there's a way for me to define my risk, like with a wick or some sort of reclaim of a level. Then I'll add to my position because that tells me that the trade is working in my favor.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Brett? When do you add?
Same way.
Same thing they said.
Yeah, it's same. It's the same thing. Yeah, if I see the trade start to confirm in my favor and I can define my risk appropriately, then I'll add to it. So it's the same thing. A lot of us, you see, a lot of us run the same strategy. It's pretty. It's everyone can have a plan. How you execute it's going to be all a little bit differently, like just depending on from person to person. But in most cases, where we're adding into trades when we know exactly what our risk is, or it confirms in some fashion. So yeah, it's all the same thing.
Yeah.
I learned too, like even with swings, it's important to have a size that you can either. I like to either divide my swing up into thirds or halves. So meaning if my full size is 10 racks, really, I'm gonna be honest with you, I throw in 70% of the money the first entry, and then, or about 60%. And then the other 40% is for me to add in if it goes down a little bit. So let's just say my full size is 10,000. The first entry, I'm going to add about 6,500 to 6,000, right? Hype, give or take. And then if it goes down, if I have like a 40% drawdown, I add my other 4,000 and I'm in full size. You get what I'm saying? Then now I'm down 20%, 25%, and I rock out from there as far as swings. So that's kind of how I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like PFE. See that? It came down a little bit, added to it. Pins, same thing. I always tell people it's my first entry because I learned with swings we're trading daily candles. So it's the difference between trading daily candles and 5 minute candles. So it's a different psychology, different adding, different scaling for day trading and swings, and it's a different patience. They're getting their money same within hours. I'm getting my money within weeks and days. So it's a different level of patience too, you know. So we teach both in Honey Drip. I'm in charge of the swings. These guys are in charge of the day trades, and we're all equally important because you got people who are attentive and able to join the live. They have about 2,000 people per day on that live, watching them every day. So and they're responsible for these people's money, so they don't take it lightly. You get what I'm saying? And then me, I got probably the same amount who work 9 to 5s who want plays that they're patiently waiting on. So everybody's doing their role in their part. And needless to say, comment the word mentor. Every last one of you. If you watching this, comment the word mentor. At least check out the link I'm gonna send you guys, so you can get our collab mentorship and learn how to we're going to teach you swings, day trading, and you will most definitely know how to trade on your own if you take our mentorship. We teach it from A to Z. So if you're a beginner and you're just starting out, we teach that. So comment the word mentor if you're interested in taking, and you get to keep the lessons forever, and it's generational knowledge. So you get to pass it down to your kids, your grandkids, everything, and you learn from, you know, Mike and Rav and myself. You get what I'm saying? And then Brett also does the Q&A every morning. So if you join our chat, comment the word trial, Brett will get you guys straight every morning with his watch list. So we're gonna go to the next question. Let's see. All right, they want to ask us a little personal question. We'll one off topic question. They asked us best part of life now that you made it. Mike is the OG made it, so he made it a long time ago. But what's the best part of life about having wealth, Mike?
I mean, for me, it's just the ability to travel and see my family whenever. Um, it's not necessarily the material things. It's the freedom aspect, and I can see my friends, I can see my family, and I travel a lot. Uh, but everyone has their own thing, and it's just whatever you like and whatever motivates you, then that's what you should be focused on.
What about you, Rav? What's the
Um,
best part of life now that you made it?
He's
I
just in a
mean,
Lambo. The Lambo. Don't lie, Rav. Tell him.
no, I'd say it's time. You kind of get your time back. So, and you don't have to answer to anyone. You earned a skill where, so I can wake up tomorrow, open my computer, and make some money and answer to no one. So I feel like that's like a lot to achieve, especially this young. you know so if you can do that, I think that's like a risk worth taking, and something that's worth pursuing. You can travel, like Mike said, traveling, you can see your loved ones. It's all because you have time to do it, right?
Right.
And
Rav, how long have you pretty much quit your job? You quit your job this year or last year?
no, I mean, 4 5 years ago now. Yeah, so it's COVID. Yeah, like I was still doing part time, but I was done. Yeah, 5 years ago.
Mm. Rav doesn't work, Mike doesn't work, Brett doesn't work. We're all financially free. And our goal today is to, you know, yes, we make good money, we make profits, but at the same time, our goal is to really help people. Like, if you guys really saw behind the scenes what it's really about, all I hear these guys when they talking to me is the members, the members. We really put y'all first. This isn't just our job, this is our life. We've turned Honey Drip into our life. You get what I'm saying? Like when we travel, we know we gotta wait. Our schedule is based on helping you guys. And if we lose, we emotionally feel bad for losing. We don't want to lose. We don't want to lose people money. We don't even want that on our name. All three of us, well, all four of us take pride in what we signal. All four of us take pride in making sure you guys are actually profitable and us living up to our name and our business and everything we got going on. So I do want y'all to understand that. Like, we are people who take this shit so serious that it's not even funny. And when we talking and we having conversations, we're not talking like, man, fuck these members, this and that. We like, bro, what we got to do to make sure these members eat? Like, how can we got to have a legendary week? Oh, nah, next trade we can't lose. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's how we thinking, Honey Drip. What's the best part about financial freedom now, Jeff? I mean, Brett. I said Jeff.
Well, I mean, for me right now,
Running range
I'm
rovers.
yeah, I'm I'm still grinding. I mean, I think when you're young, you should be grinding hard, and that's my mindset now. So
Brett, you got two houses, two Range Rovers, and you still grinding.
everyone's
I mean,
grinding. I think we're
I
all
feel
like
like,
like
yeah, I
like
never stops, right?
it would never stop. Like I'll be
Yeah,
honest,
I
Yeah,
agree.
it don't.
I
I
agree.
I so my options right now were if I were to continue working in finance, I would be working 100 hours per week. So why would I not be working around a little maybe a little bit less than that, but I still should be working hard. When you're young, you should be working hard so that you don't have to work when you're older. So that's my mindset. Like to be honest with you, like I work a lot of hours, and I have freedom. I could go travel, but I'm just focused in. I'm locked in a lot. So it's sometimes it feels nice to not have to like have a boss that you ask for permission to do this and that. But for me, I think for all of us we all work hard. I think the three of us, we all work hard, and we have freedom, like we have the ability to travel and the ability to do anything we want, but we all still work hard, which is I think a good thing. I think when you're young, you should work hard.
Yeah. Brett, don't you have 4 Range Rovers?
Four Range
Brett,
I don't
someone
want to talk
said
Rovers?
about.
you
I
you
don't
look
want. I
like
don't
you're
want to. I
pushing
don't want to talk.
40.
I don't want to talk about this right now. I
Brett,
don't want to
someone
talk.
said you're pushing 40.
No, that's messed up.
No, damn.
That's how,
Every time I get stopped on Spy, I get another wrinkle.
yeah.
That's what's happening. So
Yeah, you've aged a lot over the past few years.
that's messed up. I'm the young. I'm the young. I'm the youngest out of the. I'm the youngest out of the four of us.
You really are. Now you got a full beard and shit, Brett. I
Wait, what
remember
is
when you
the?
didn't
That's
have no hair
not a
on your
beard.
face.
Where is that?
I
No,
knew. I knew I shouldn't have joined tonight.
that's
I do like the pink room though. That's really
Thank
The
nice.
looks like
you, man. I
he's.
appreciate
room.
it.
Someone said it. That looks like a Victoria's Secret room or
My
something. Someone said.
my office is under construction. Give me a month. Give me
Okay.
a month. I'll be back in my. I'll be back at a proper
hey,
colored
hey, we
office.
gotta bring back the roast sessions and Honey Drip, man. That shit was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
was funny.
We gotta
They
bring back
said
the
they
roast
said
session.
the Victoria's Secret. That's messed up.
Yeah, hey, y'all really just got on my man Brett head, boy. All right, we gotta go to the next question. All right, let's see. I don't know about this question. You guys can answer. I'd never in my life traded this
I
shit.
don't see it.
How what do you think about the hiking icy candles, whatever that shit is?
Uh, Noise.
Never used it.
Never used it either.
So,
Yeah.
All right, there you go, folks. It's bullshit.
I
It
mean,
just
I've
it
never
doesn't
needed
come.
it, so I guess
It
that's the thing.
doesn't
You
come
can
with
go
much
look for
storage.
something new every day. There's always something new. It doesn't mean you need it. So
Yeah.
Somebody asked a long ass question. All right, let's see what they said. All right, I can't. All right, I'm not going to be able to read that. When you're making your supply and demand levels, what time frame do you use? And for RAV, how do you determine what ticker you're going after right off market open? Because you be catching some bangers. It's kind of slang, but you kind of get what he was saying. He's
You were breaking up.
oh, I'm breaking up.
You were for a second. Can you repeat it?
All right, so he was saying, Rav, how do you choose what tickers you're trading after market open?
I mean, I literally trade Meta, AMD, Tesla, like the same names every day. So it's one of those names. So I literally don't trade any other thing. So the stocks, I just trade the same thing. Direction, you just got to watch it, spy and everything and see where we are, where's the risk reward, where's the money flowing, and, kind of make up if levels break, levels confirm, you enter the trade. Because honestly, it's all about trying to find big levels, 4 hour time frame, daily time frame, and, go from there. Context is important. So had a couple of green days. Markets looks like liquidity struggling for volume. So today downside, yesterday was upside. You got to take every day one day at a time and then go from there. There's no one answer or anything, but the levels you plot always on the bigger time frame, and then rotate through your stocks. So for the most part, I take Meta, AMD, Tesla, Nvidia, Spy, Microsoft, same tickers over and over. That's
Yeah,
about
we
it.
all trade the same
Yeah.
names. With swings, it's different, but day trading, we
Yeah.
have to trade those names because they have a lot of volume and
Yeah.
they have really big
Yeah.
ranges.
Yeah, you can't just day trade
Yeah.
pins and goddamn, yeah, you got to swing those.
Yeah.
Right.
You
You'll
can't just
you'll
day
never
trade it
see
and
us
stop
post
it.
anything else in our watch list. We won't post something that's like that's dumb. Like, it will
Yeah.
not be there. So we'll
There-
always trade these household names.
There's like 15 tradable names, and of those 15, maybe 5 of them each day have value, or 4 of them, maybe even less than that some days. So it's just like going through your normal routine of stocks and then picking which one is either moving the most or approaching some big level.
Yeah. Something like that. Yeah.
There you go. All right. Have you ever thought about adding penny stocks to the chat? Well, I don't want to for you guys to go broke. That's how you go broke.
No, you guys are struggling to follow option signals. What makes you think you can trade penny stocks? Oh. So
Well, Mike, you were the only one I know who actually had a little success at penny stocks. What do you
Unraveled
think
oh,
about it?
I've
started
traded
trading.
penny stocks. So it's just hard
Yeah.
to follow. I
Okay.
mean, like with liquidity and everything, it's just hard to follow. I'm sure, like as newbies, I would not recommend going into penny stocks and all of that if you don't know what you're doing. It's difficult.
Yeah. It's much more straightforward what we do because trading penny stocks requires scanners. It requires, trying to find names that are gapping up or, on high volume because of some random pharmaceutical news. Like it's not, they pretty much have, a setup. We know if we're trading one of those 10 names, it's going to have a setup that day. So we'll just take that setup.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't trade penny stocks. Never have. It's not really what I'm on. All right. Somebody said, what helps you determine your bias when day trading?
Whereas the market, what is SPY doing?
Yeah. Spy QQQ.
So y'all heard that? What they saying is SPY, QQQ are like, put it like this. If you follow crypto, SPY is Bitcoin, QQQ is Ethereum in our references, correct, guys? Right? So SPY is our Bitcoin, meaning all cryptos kind of follow Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is generally up, some cryptos will follow. So it's the same thing with SPY and QQQ. QQQ follows SPY. SPY is the man, and QQQ is the woman. We look at both the man and the woman every day. You feel me? And everybody under it are the children. And, you know, all stocks are pretty much, yeah. Oh, it's funny, Mike.
No, man. I like that. I like
my,
that analogy.
my analogy be crazy, huh?
Yeah.
But I think they get it
Yeah.
though.
But yeah, y'all, that's how we generally tell our bias. My bias comes from swinging, so a lot of times I haven't even watched Spire. Sometimes I don't have to watch Spire QQQ because I'm more of a sector type person. So I kind of have a timeline in my head. Okay, tech is coming down, so that means I need to go check healthcare sector. I need to go check energy sector. I need to go check other sectors because sectors switch out, and that's something you'll learn through trading as well. All right, all right. Somebody asked, "What are you guys' favorite strategy?" Comment mentor, and I promise you'll figure that out. Comment the word mentor. If you really trying to get, if you really trying to get this money, you serious about your paper. This for the people who serious about their paper. Everybody saying, "Hey, bro, help me out, help me out." It don't come for free. You know what I'm saying? You want us to really help you out, especially for the people who bragging about if you ever flash money, comment mentor. We could turn that money up. Now it's for now. If you got some money, you definitely need to comment mentor because we can show you what to do with that money for a long
Yeah.
time,
So
for a lifetime.
Powell speaks tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Powell speaks tomorrow at 10 a.m. Tell us about what is significance of when Powell speaks.
About what?
What's the significance of when Powell speaks?
Well, Powell is the Fed chair, and right now they're at the Jackson Hole Symposium, and it's a conference that they host once a year, discussing monetary policy. So tomorrow we will see a reaction based on the speech from Powell, whether he has a dovish or it depends on his tone. You know, if he says that they're maybe going for a 25 basis point cut or a 50 basis point cut. I'm not sure he'll say that exactly, but we'll get a sense on his stance tomorrow, and from there we can see how the market reacts.
Stocks go up or down tomorrow.
It'll either go up or down for sure.
Yeah, yeah. One way it'll go, or no way. It'll do
It's
something.
going to the right.
Yeah, it'll do something. Just whatever you think, the opposite will happen.
Hey, I haven't tried to trade that in so long. I mean, it's possible, but it's just like, nah, it ain't for me.
Especially when Powell
Uh,
is speaking, it's all 50-50.
Yeah.
That's why like even today, it was like Wednesday session, Thursday session, and Friday session are all going to be tougher days to trade. Anytime you have stuff that's like external to the trade, it's going to cause uncertainty. You have to just size down, but we'll still trade, and we trade every day. We just navigate it with more caution.
okay. So, what are you? Yep. I mean, we got like 10 minutes left, so I'll allow. I guess we'll just keep answering some more questions. We got 10 minutes left.
All right, next question is for Brett.
All right, all right, Brett. Here's your question:
I'm ready.
Is it really luck or just cocaine?
I think it's for Rab. I think it's
No,
the
no. Brett
coach.
can answer that question.
Brett, can answer
I
Brett
that.
think
should
for
answer
Rab it's the
that
coach.
question.
For Rab,
All right, Brett. Let me give you a
give
real question.
me a
All
real
right,
question.
all right. Let's see. Let's see. Hmm. They answering some off the wall stuff. They asking some off the wall stuff. How did you know? Somebody asked, can you gain confidence again when you're down 50% all time?
I mean, my honest answer is probably not. You're gonna have a hard time because confidence is developed through winning, and if you're down a lot, it's gonna be hard to get it back. But you can do it. It's just you're gonna have to size down a lot and probably reset your account. I mean, I've done it before. I've been down quite a bit. You just have to size down a lot, reset your account to a whole number like 5 or 10K, and try to grow it as far as you can. The way you develop confidence is through systematically winning and losing too, but losing small and growing the account from like 10K to 15K. Then you have a buffer, right? Like for me, every quarter I reset my buffer. I have times where I'm not that confident, right? I'll have times where I have to size down. Like if I have a few bread days in a row, or if it's a new quarter for me, you'll see I'll be risk off for the first couple weeks. I'll be risk off for that quarter because it's almost like a reset every new quarter. And so if you're down that much year to date, you probably got to stop for a second, like reassess your trading strategy, and then go back into the market with a reset account. That's the only way I would do it because you're not just going to randomly come on one day and say, yeah, on a Friday at 8 o'clock, and now you have all the confidence in the world because it's developed over time, and you're going to go through ebbs and flows of having conviction and not having conviction. Have conviction in your setups, but you may size down or size up depending on your own performance. So that's what I'll say is like, just size down, reset your account, you'll be fine. But you need to see what you're doing that's causing you to be down that amount first before you even worry about risk management. Yeah.
Yeah.
100, 100. Yeah, man. Hey, one thing about me and Mike, bro, we always
That,
laughing for some
that
reason.
was a good. That was a
Like,
good. That was a good
Yeah,
answer.
That was
I
a
got
good
two people
answer. I
laughing.
mean,
no, that was a good answer, bro. Like, I'm goofy as
No
shit.
matter no matter what no matter what I'm gonna say.
Brett got there in the end.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
I, I just see you starting to laugh and I can't hold it.
I'm laughing because the smirk on your damn face, Mike. Mike
It's a
just always laughing at some shit, man. Hey,
yeah.
let's see what we got. All right.
Some of the questions are so crazy. I'm reading them right now. They're so wild.
I can't even see the
All right.
comments. They're like not moving for me.
Yeah,
So
I can't see them either.
yeah.
All right. Somebody asked, what type of laptop should they buy? Is there a certain
Um,
type?
I like the MacBook Pro M1.
Yeah. I mean, there's a saying a bad workman complains about his tools. You can trade with anything. Just you need to know how to trade. That's it.
Well,
For
I mean,
figure out how to learn.
it has to have a good processor.
Yeah, but you can still make it happen. You know, you don't have to spend so much money. Try to learn first, and then slowly, once you start making money, you can get the 5 monitors set up, 10 monitors, whatever you want, the laptop, everything.
Yeah. I use Mac as well.
I
I'm all
use
into
Mac
Mac.
as well, but I'm just saying, like, if you're just starting out, you don't need to spend a $5,000 notebook, and then you can be a little nimble and learn first, and then slowly upgrade your setup.
Mac. I use a Mac and some tri-screens mostly.
Yeah,
I ain't even gonna
Yeah,
lie to
I
you.
love my Mac.
That's been my new shit, a mobile
yeah.
setup.
I have a PC setup, so you can see this thing. This is a PC that I'm running.
What do you use for mobile though when you traveling?
Laptop, a MacBook.
You don't have no secondary screen?
I mean, if I'm traveling, I want to like travel, like, so I'll really size down and trade whatever I can on my laptop. That's about it. I don't really like put crazy size when I'm traveling.
Well, I'm about to buy you something. I got this new shit I want y'all to try.
Okay.
It's even better than all the other shit I bought. This one is dope. I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. Actually, my treat. I'll buy all three of y'all one.
Okay.
Just in the chat, just send me y'all addresses or send it to me personally, and or send me an address to send it to, and I'm gonna send y'all something.
Okay.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Y'all gonna like this one, I promise.
Yeah, I just use
All
the
right.
Mac when I travel. I mean,
Yeah.
Mac is
Now I got some. We all got Macs. I got some for all of y'all.
it's a great computer.
It is. All right.
Someone asked a good question. Rav, let's hear this one. Does Rav really trim when he says he's trimming?
Dude, why you guys worried about what I'm doing, man? The stock is up 50%. None you guys worried if I trimmed or not. Like, maybe I trimmed, maybe I didn't. But just know you need to learn to start taking accountability for your own accounts, right? So when I signal, I'm going to be real. So when I take a contract, so for example, 160 puts I signal. I had the 155s, I had the 157.5s also have in my position. I have to manage my account differently. You guys have to manage your account differently. The trade did 50%, 100%. So trade worked out. How you manage it is up to you, where you trim and whatnot. Sometimes as a trader, you got to take accountability for yourself, right? So let's say I do take my trims. I take my trims on the contracts that I signal, but the other positions that I have, I may or may not take trims. So that's my own risk, right?
I think
So
so too.
yeah,
Like people be so focused on following us
yeah,
verbatim to the point where they forget to manage their own money. Like he said, if we're up 40%, and we took our trims, but you didn't, or you it's still your responsibility to take your money whenever it's time when you're up, because you can't really. That is why in Honey Drip we say, hey, go to the beginner session, go learn. You know what I'm saying? Us three constructed a course. I flew to Chicago. We did that, and that's been the big staple of the chat, the beginners learning part, because you guys still have to learn how to, you still got to manage your own money. So you can't just depend on Rav. Like I said, you up 40, 50%.
yeah,
Take your money and have a trailing stop. So trading has all types of rules that you can start forgetting if you don't have them in the back of your head. Most people don't think about a trailing stop. You get what I'm saying? Am I right or
yeah.
wrong,
They
guys?
don't.
Most people don't have a what is called a trailing stop, meaning Rav is up 50% on a contract. So what I learned, and here's my rule of thumb, and you can write this down if y'all want to. Your trailing stop is 50% of whatever you're up. So if you're up 50%, you stop out the rest of your contracts at 25%. If you're up 100%, your trailing stop is 50%, and vice versa, 200%. I'm gonna stop out at 100% or 150%. You can go whatever you do. So that's my rule of thumb too. Whatever I'm up, my trailing stop is 50% of that.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It's also like everyone's trading style is going to be a little unique. Like for example, how Mike versus Ari versus Rav versus me manage risk is going to be different. Like if my stop loss is 10%, I'm okay taking trims at 15 to 20%, right? Whereas if my stop loss is like 30 or 40%, then I probably want to see at least 30 or 40% for trims. So you have to think of it that way too. Like you have to think of it like in the eyes of your risk. If your risk is X amount, then your reward should also be something in the ballpark of that as well. Yeah.
All right. So we gonna try to go live every either Wednesday or Thursday, y'all. I'm gonna get my guys here with me. I told them, hey, let's show our face a little more, because I ain't gonna lie, we've been grinding so much behind the scenes and just finding our peace and finding our style of trading. And I said, you know what, guys, we done found out that it's time to pop out again. So we know we're gonna pop out again, do some tours, do some this, do some that. But in the meantime, we've been killing it. And I feel like all of us have fine-tuned our strategies and everything. Any last points you guys want to make? I'm off my soapbox.
Nothing. See you guys tomorrow live trading.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tomorrow will be very eventful with Powell.
yeah,
So hope to see you guys on live.
yeah,
Have a good night, everyone.
yeah.
See you guys live.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining me.
Of course. Let's do it again next week, same time.
Come on now.
Yeah,
Let's get it.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Mikasa Sukasa. Tap in. All
All right.
right.
You guys.
Good night,
God
guys.
bless y'all.
Take care.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, y'all. So y'all heard it here. Comment the word trial. If you want to join our chat, you will be live trading with those three guys. I'll be in charge of the swings. It's only 35. You will make your investment back if you head to the beginners courses. So everybody go to free courses. If you comment the word trial, it's 35. Comment the word mentor, it's 1200. but you will make your investment back and you will know how to trade for life. And we're guaranteeing profits if you take our mentorship. It's a collab mentorship, meaning 3 millionaires are on one mentorship. All right. So God bless you guys. Thank you guys for tapping in. It was 700 people, 600 people the whole time on live. So that was dope. And I'm glad you guys stick with us the whole time. You guys really paid attention. You guys asked great questions. You guys really were interested in trading. So if you're a beginner, comment the word trial, tap in. I promise you, you will learn this skill that makes us money. And don't listen to people. This is not gambling. We trade what is called high probability setups. All right.